So this is the makeup look we're going for today. This is the Natural Glam that you guys voted on. If you just want to see this and how I did it and everything that I used, then let's go ahead and get started. So I have a natural light. I have a big huge window right here in front of me. So this is not any type of lighting. This is natural lighting that I'm using. Go ahead and get started with is the Smashbox primer water. This stuff is amazing. It helps really feel that moisture. Even though I'm an oily person, it takes a lot to keep the oiliness down. And as you can tell, I'm having a lot of breakouts. Ladies, you probably would understand why. So the last thing I need is a lot more oil, and this kind of helps control that and keep my face moisturized. You just want to keep your face a little bit more moisturized. Even if you do have oily skin, it kind of helps keep that oiliness going out and the moisture in your skin. But I have noticed that if I use more moisturizer and take better care of my skin, it doesn't break out as bad. But of course, I do have a lot of breakouts to cover up. And I have acne prone, large pores, and oily skin. So if you guys have the same thing, these products might work great for you. My face is constantly oily, so just spray our face here. Can never get enough of that stuff. It feels so good when you do that. We'll let that dry, and then we want to go in with our Master Prime Primer and Base Blur and Smooth. It's the silver one. I used to use the green one, but this one is to blur and smooth, and I also, have a lot of texture, so I definitely need to try and smooth that out and then blur out a lot of redness. So I just use a little bit, about pea size, and I'll just put this in my, what we call in the makeup world, T-zone, which is where I'm the oiliest the most, and then I just kind of drag it down on my cheeks. So I like to try and press it in, get that good coverage. It's not going to be able to see right off the bat with, a good cheaper version, the blurriness and the smooth, but I can tell a little bit. It's also helped out with this right here. So foundation I'm using is Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. This is a dollar store find that I got for like $7, so can't beat that. I usually don't like to spread this stuff on my fingers because of bacteria, so I usually just kind of squirt it on my face. Sorry, I'm not using a mirror, I'm just kind of using you guys, so I may look a little funny. I like to use a brush to get the BB cream mixed in. And I start one side. Oh, and if anybody needs to know, they usually only have 3 shades. And this one is light to medium. I do tan, but I haven't been in about a week because of my tattoo. I have to let it finish healing. So I don't quite need a very tan one right now. But this one does still kind of make me look white. Make sure you always get your hairline. You want that to kind of blend out in your ears and your neck. So already took a lot of that redness away. It's kind of a full coverage, but it's not completely full coverage because you can kind of see still some redness here and there. But for the most part, it completely got rid of a lot of what's going on. So get my camera to adjust. I like it. It feels kind of tacky on the skin, but it'll dry and it kind of feels matte. It's not too over drying, so you feel like, oh my gosh, my face is just cracking. But it feels really good. I'm usually not a BB cream person. I absolutely hate BB creams, and this feels really good on the skin. This one does amazing. Like I said, you can get this at the dollar store. I got it in Dollar General, New Washington. We're going to be using the Tarp Shape Tape Concealer. This thing is so beautiful. So it has a big doe foot applicator, and I just like to kind of put this right up here because I have really bad dark circles. This stuff is kind of thick. This is a full coverage. I don't put it down too far. Most people will go down pretty far with it, and I try not to go too far with it, but I for sure put it in the areas that I want highlighted. And that was just one pull, like one dip into it, and it got a lot. I sneezed, so it's all over my eyelashes. what do you do? I have a beauty blender. I can't remember what brand this is. I bought this a while back. But you just kind of dampen it. Most of the time I'll take my Smashbox primer and just kind of dampen the ends of it. But it works just as fine. And then we'll go in and conceal. Now I do go up in the upper corners of my eye because, like I said, I have really dark circles that I'm trying to hide. Mom life. And I'll just kind of press it down. I won't smear it. But like I said, this is a full coverage. It's very thick. And you can just actually run that over your eyelid just to kind of even it out if you'd like. I usually do, even though I still go in with a primer for my eyeshadow. Because like I said, girl, I am oily. So yeah, and then we'll bring it down. But I mean, look how much it brightens your eyes. And right now I look funny. But once we get it all done and put together, it'll look really good. So yeah, just pushing that down. And then I'll use this end on my nose so that way we can kind of keep that straight line. Using that to kind of spread it. And don't worry if you get too much on your forehead and it looks like too pale, because we'll use bronzer to kind of darken all that back up. But yeah, just kind of spread it everywhere. Alright, so I mean, as you can tell, it's taken away a lot of my dark circles. Not completely, but for the most part. Go in and set, and I use the CoverGirl powder. Another dollar store find. It comes with a puff in it, so I mean, usually I'll use the puff and put everything on there because it's got so much powder in it and it will go everywhere if you don't do anything right. But I just like to kind of set the powder. I use a little bit. I don't go in with a whole lot because we're also going to use the banana powder to set under our eyes, which will help keep everything bright also. This is the Ulta banana powder. I'll just take my beauty blender, get it in there a little bit, and go in and put some powder down. And we'll kind of let this sit for a minute. Okay, I don't do it too long because then it gets too cakey. So then you'll just powder it all away with a brush. And are these not the cutest brushes ever? I got them off Amazon for $13. It was a 15-piece set. And they're amazing. They're so soft. I mean, look at that. They're so pretty. Giving all these brushes a try, and I've used them a few times and I really like them. The bristles don't come out very easy. We got some like these specifically right here. That's the flat brush that is not like very wide, so it is perfect for contour to get directly in there if you're getting into contour. We got the eyeshadow brushes. I mean, gets right there in your crease. And then we have like these flat brushes that are like perfect to get right underneath your lower lash line to smoke out your look. These flat ones that are also tapered at the end, to use those for the perfect highlight. I'm just starting to get into highlights, and girl, I like to use this one to kind of make sure that concealer set and that banana powder really set in there, because it kind of fits right in the inner corner. But like I said, these are amazing. They're super soft and they're just beautiful. Alright, so now we got the face done. We can start with our eyes. This is the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. Again, oily face, oily eyelids. If I put any eyeshadow on within an hour, it's gone. So this helps keep that eyeshadow in place. You just kind of have to lightly cover your eyes with it. And then I just like to use my fingers to blend that in. Alright. So I have a couple eyeshadow palettes here that I'm going to be using just because I need certain colors for certain ones. And of course the one that I start with, this is my Dirty Kylie palette. But this is one of the first palettes she come out with. One of my friends had got this for me for Christmas about a year ago, and I absolutely love it. This is like my everyday user because with blue eyes you don't really have much that you can use. Well, my eyes change colors, so like right now they're kind of green. Browns and blacks and the neutrals kind of help. So I like to use this color here. That is color Topaz, to set that eyeshadow base all over the lid. It really sets the eyeshadow base. It doesn't really give me much color. As you can tell, I'm already looking pale because of the light. And then we'll go in with Jasper, which is this color right here. It's like it's not brown as you can tell. Like, this is the brown. This is more of like a grayish brown. So we'll go in and we'll just kind of blend that right above the crease to give us our transition color. And as you can tell, it goes on pretty light. And like I said, we're going right above your crease line, just to kind of give you some definition and a transition color. So once we get some color on, we can kind of keep it blended up towards the top. So that way you don't look like you got, you know, straight lines with your colors and everything you put on. Alright, so the first thing I like to start with is the outer corner and then work my way in, and that way it's a little easier to blend. Using my You Had Me at Hello ColourPop eyeshadow palette. I got this in BoxyCharm. Comes with quite a bit of colors. These are all like more maroonish and burgundy. We have several glitters and matte colors in here. So I really like to use matte colors for when I'm using the outer corner. And what we'll do is we'll just use some brown. This is just a matte brown. We'll use it on the outer corner. What I'm doing is trying to make kind of like a little V, and then taking that into the crease and just blending it into my crease. That way once we get the color on the inner eyelid and middle of the eyelid, it kind of blends into that. So this is color Pulling Strings on that ColourPop. And it's really good blendable eyeshadow. I probably look like I'm dang on full, hanging my mouth open, breathing, putting this on, but I mean, everybody's got their faces they make, and I'm just having to put mine in video, so you can tell where we've kind of pulled that over the crease line. It kind of helps define that and gives you a good outer corner. And then later on we bring this down and smoke it out. It'll just, you know, complete the look. But so far, I mean, brown looks really good. So this is another BoxyCharm eyeshadow that I had received from Pure when they collabed with Pure. I don't know how that really says, but this is all the colors it came with in the eyeshadow, and then it has a big mirror with it. I'm gonna go in with this Charmer, and these do kind of have a lot of fallout. Not really a big sparkly person, so, and I'm just using like a flat brush to pick up this color and kind of brush it on, so that way we're not getting it everywhere. But this glitter does have some fallout. I don't know if you can see it, so you just brush that away. But I think this Charmer color looks beautiful on the eyes, and you don't really need like a glitter glue or anything to hold it. That smudge proof eyeshadow base will kind of help hold that in place. Once we have that color on, we'll go back in with that Topaz color from the Kylie palette and kind of blend this upper part out. Just because sometimes you get all that glitter in there and everything. and it'll kind of really clean up those lines and make it look nice. So we're almost there. A flat brush here, and it's got some color on it, but it ain't really gonna matter. We'll dip that back in on our palette and push that up against our lower lash line. Kind of like you would do your eyeliner, I guess. And I just go directly to where my lashes end. Now we'll go back in with the topaz and blend that out. Just using this to kind of blend it out in the topaz with the Kylie palette. So don't take a lot of color here, but just to kind of make it smoky and kind of connect it to that outer corner. So then we'll just take this bigger brush again and go up under the eyes just to make sure we got any fallout. What fallout is just anything that we put on our eyes that came off the brush and, you know, kind of sat there. Now we can start with brows. So we have our brush here. I'm just gonna kind of brush them up. My brows are a little sloppy right now. So yeah. But again, this is one of those brushes, one of the 15-piece set. Looks really good. So now we're going to use the Benefit Cabral. It's got a little brush in the top that you can take out. If you need to make it a little longer, you can hook it back on the top and use it. This is the brush that comes with it. It goes right on the top. Just a little angled brush. And you can, if you need something longer, you can hook it right back into the top and go in there and do it. But I don't really need it, so we're not going to use it. And the instructions say when you really want to use a good cream gel for your brows, this is a medium color, you brush it across. You don't dip it straight in, so we will do that. Kind of helps save product too. And then we're just going to kind of go in and fill these girlies. So again, I'm learning how to do this. Don't do it specifically how the way I do it. If you do it a different way, do your brows your way. I probably normally won't record for a while on how I did my brows because it's still so new to me and I'm learning different techniques. But, you know, girls gotta do what girls gotta do. So that brow does look pretty good. Got a little spot here that just doesn't want to fill in. Other than that, pretty happy with it. I do have some thick brows, but hey, gotta work with what your mama gave you. Alright, so I think I went in a little too dark with this one on the end, but it's okay, we can blend that out. Like I said, I got some thick brows. This one's a little thinner just because, you know, when I start plucking, I can't quit. So when I went and got them threaded, she was like, you're gonna have one that's a little thinner because, you know, you pluck too much away. But it works. So we got the gel in, and then we're gonna go in with the Brow Gal. This was another BoxyCharm find. It is an instant brown hair tinted brow gel with microfibers. So just a little brush here, and it just kind of helps fill in those spots that maybe I didn't get with the gel and kind of helps set your brow in place. Feels really good too. Alright, so it doesn't take much, but so we're almost done. Before I go and put mascara and everything on, I usually go ahead and bronze my face and then do my blush. So we have the Tarte Clay Amazonian Bronzer, I think is what it's called. I have a little bit smaller brush here, which is a little bit smaller than that bigger one. I'll just use that and kind of go from your hairline right here and just blend that in. And it just kind of darkens it up, kind of gives you more of a tanned look. I feel like I look like a little monster or something right now because of them brows. Woo! We'll do our hairline, just make that all look blended. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. I hope you guys are turning out pretty good if you're following this or trying it out. And then I usually use that same brush and go in with the blush. I don't like to use anything that's too pink or too peachy looking. I like to use more of a darker pink. So this is the color Feisty, the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush by Tarte. This was an Ipsy. And I always blend up from the cheekbones. I do have kind of high cheekbones. So I just put that on. Just to kind of give your cheeks a blushed look and kind of blend it so I don't get too crazy. Go back into that bronzer just to let it kind of deepen up, and again go straight from your hairline right under your cheekbone just to kind of give that some definition. So yeah. And then I'll take this back in and blend that just so it doesn't look so crazy. So yeah, we're almost there. This is the Naked Cosmetics holographic highlighter collection. This was also a BoxyCharm. I'm telling you, BoxyCharm is like the bomb. We will go in with this color here. There's 6 different colors in here. We have a light pink, purple, a darker pink, green, blue, and a yellow. It doesn't have the color names on here, and it doesn't have the numbers or names are on it, but we're gonna go in with this darker pink. And just kind of highlight right above the cheekbone. I like to pull it up a little bit. We will go down our nose and over the Cupid's bow. Alright, and you can go back in with that foundation brush or like your powder brush and do that. And then just one more step that I also like to do is to contour the nose a little bit. When you have such big brows on, you kind of want to help define everything. So just like to contour the nose. We use the bronzer here just to kind of get that going. Okay, so almost there. Do our eyeliner. So I like to do my bottom waterline. So we did the eyeliner, I did the lower lash line, and then the upper waterline. I'm not showing that on camera just because I feel like that looks weird, just holding my eyes open and, you know, just kind of might freak people out. But yeah, so we're almost done. And then we can do a wing today. I am using the Ciate Fierce Fleeks as a velvet tip, and it is very easy to flick. So I'm going to be using a mirror for this one, so I'm not all up in here, you know, looking at it. But usually what I like to do is to kind of try and follow that eyeshadow line we have here. And I'll go up from my bottom waterline and kind of link it up a little bit. And then I'll start from the inner corner. I don't like to do a real thick band, so this just goes right over, and then from where we took that line, we're just gonna drag it in. think the hardest part is filling in that line. So yeah, got that one done. Let's see if we can get this one to match. All right, got that done. Another boxy charm. This is the Double Decker Lashes by Butter London. This stuff is amazing. So I just make sure to really get up under that water line and use the product to push them up. Man, that wing looks killer. And then last but not least, we're going to go in with lips. And this is the Kokie Professionals Kissable Liquid Lipstick Matte and Rouge. So, kind of give us that darker look today. It's more of a darker brown. Yeah. So it'll kind of go with our look. I've only done this a few times, and I do like a really bold lip. But like I said, I'm trying to branch out and start my makeup out today. But I just can't get over these wings. Like, I've been practicing with them, and girl, they look good. So yeah, first makeup tutorial. Kind of awkward talking in it, but like I said, that's just going to take me getting used to talking with you guys. If you have any questions or comments or want me to review anything, just like I said, comment down below. But here we go. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't the best talk through, and I'm sure had a few awkward faces, but this is the look, and I'm pretty happy with it. If you had fun with me today, just kind of like this down below and hit that subscribe button. If you want, hit the notification bell for when I do post my next video. I'm going to try and do this maybe once a week, depending on how much you guys request. I think we're going to try a bigger glam next time with more color. I have done some stuff with the lower lash line in blue and some pinks. I have some really fun stuff I really want to try for you guys and get you guys more comfortable into makeup. A lot of people around here just wish they knew how to do it, and you know, now I'm here to kind of explain how to. Like I said, I'm still learning myself on some things, like my brows, but it's fun. So thank you guys, and we'll see you later.